Welcome to DragonWorks. 1975 Harley Davidson SS250 restoration project well underway here. We did hit a couple snags. That's got me a little bit behind where I wish I was. Now, I don't have a deadline per se. We're kind of aiming more for quality than we are speed. But I just wish I was further along. It kind of stalled out. We hit a couple bumps in the road. A couple snags held us up here, but you can see now this thing coming together and what we're aiming for. It's worth whatever, you kind of make a big plan, right? At the beginning of every project, you can plan for years. And the very first day of the project, that plan goes right out the window because you'll run into something unforeseen or what have you. So there you go. It becomes a day-to-day process. Seems to work that way on this kind of stuff here. But anyway, it's coming along. This chrome, I mentioned this in some other videos, just mind-blowing. They did such a good job on here. Let me get close. Look at this quality. If I can get it to focus, it's so darn shiny. You can't tell where it starts and where it stops. Just amazing. The Brandy's in Pennsylvania, they did an amazing job. There's a little bit of dust here. I had this staged up a couple days ago to do a little slideshow video until I could get back to doing an actual video. Now that this thing, we've got over those couple snags, it should really start picking up momentum. Currently today and yesterday working on sanding the swing arm, getting that ready for paint. And I have the stem and the bottom clamp out, and I'm stripping and polishing that like these covers are going to look. Now, again, these aren't completely done. This is what I call rough until I get the bike completely done, and then I'll protect everything and I'll go back and do a final polish on this. You can even see in certain lighting, you can see like where the rag, where you wipe it off. And I don't want any of that in the final project or process, but we'll get that taken care of. And also, like, I'll give you a little example. I made this cover, probably looks amazing in the video, and it is. It's like a mirror too. But this thing was so messed up in certain light and angles, I can see deep-rooted scratches that have been in there, probably since the 70s that are way down in there. So I would have to like really get a lot of this material off and polish it. So we're still deciding. Yeah, and I got a little bit to finish back here. These are just, like I say, I call it roughed in, although that's a mirror. I call it roughed in. And then when the project's complete, polish it like, a jeweler's polish or something and really get it done. But there's things, like I say, you come along, you're like, nah. And also the reflection in here, don't mind. The lighting makes it look funny. Makes the paint look funny sometimes, but I assure you, it's just absolutely magnificent. So this combination is just amazing. And the further I go and the more I get things done, and like we got these parts, it kind of makes me rethink like, hey, might want to do some other parts chrome. It's like, man, this stuff is really going to upstage some of the other parts we have. So kind of makes you step back and go, we did run across, so the frame took a lot more preparation than we hoped. They had really just tore this frame up, did a bunch of grinding on it and some stuff. And when you put high gloss paint on, it just makes that stuff look 10 times worse. So we had a lot of extra preparation there. Ran into a couple snags with the engine. We found that bad bearing. We were going to replace them anyway, but when you find something like that, it makes you kind of slow down and go through every part where you thought everything was fine. This bike is extremely low miles. I have no idea what happened. It almost looks like somebody did the damage when they put this motor back together because they did have it apart for some reason, or they put it back together with the damage there once they discovered it. Not sure, but we got that taken care of. And then a lot of you may know you cannot find piston rings for these motors. They don't exist. So we got something very compatible. And for what we're going to be doing with this bike, the customer will be firing it up every once in a while, taking it to a show, running up to the store, things like that. We should be fine, but we'll let you know on that when we get there. But anyway, just wanted to give you a representation of the quality of work, the direction we're going, and just give you an altogether update here on the project. So I hope you enjoyed the video. There'll be a better one coming up. The next one you'll start to see more of the bike and what have you, and it'll start making a lot more sense. And progress is always good to see. All right, guys. Thanks for watching once again. Stay tuned for more. This ain't all this one. Peace out.